Ms. Finkenauer.
Well, thank you, Chairwoman Eshoo, and
everything, because the territories are still not going to be treated the way they should. There is not equity there in the American citizens, but thank you for the work that you've done on it, and I look forward to it passing when we come back, right?
Right, thank you.
So we'll have some good full floor days just from what comes out of our committee, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
And we'll still look to, beyond the 4 years too. We know we have to do a permanent replacement, so thanks again, Jennifer, thanks. All right, next we have the gentlewoman from Iowa, Ms. Finkenauer.
well, thank you, Chairwoman Eshoo, and also Chairman Pallone for the opportunity to speak here today. While I don't serve on this committee, I am proud to be a voice for Iowa's working families, and I'm committed to making sure that they have a seat at the table on issues affecting their lives. And one of the most significant burdens Iowa families are facing is the skyrocketing cost of prescription drugs. It's something that I've heard from folks all around my district at town halls, but then also things that I call conversations with your Congresswoman, which are modeled after kitchen table conversations I'd have with my grandfather and my uncle. My grandfather was a Democrat, my uncle was a Republican, and we'd sit around the table talking about issues that mattered. And I remember, we could leave and, disagree on some issues, but still have respect for each other. And when it comes to prescription drugs, that's something where Democrats and Republicans, especially in my district, are concerned about and can find common ground. In the first half of this year alone, we've seen over 3,400 drugs boost their prices. The average price hike, 10%, 5 times the rate of inflation. The cost of insulin, for instance, has risen over 500% in recent years. It's left a lot of Iowans with diabetes who have been managing their condition for years wondering what's changed. Seniors on fixed incomes are especially burdened by the rising cost. No one should have to choose between retiring in dignity, keeping their home, or affording the medicine that allows them to live their lives. Yet, 3 in 10 Americans report not taking their medicines as prescribed because of cost. Stevie is a mom in Iowa. She has said she has her son's doctor write her son a prescription for a less effective medicine because that's all she could afford. She couldn't afford to pay for the drug that the doctor originally prescribed for her son. She told the doctor that giving her son a less effective medicine was better than none. No mother, no American should be put in this situation. We live in the most innovative country in the world. There is no reason we cannot come together and find the best policy solutions to reduce cost, putting money back in the pockets of Iowa families and families across the country, and getting folks the care that they need. I have proudly supported bills like the CREATES Act and the Protecting Consumers' Access to Generic Drugs Act. I appreciate this committee's work to bring legislation to the House floor that would require more transparency from drug manufacturers and will make it faster and easier for more affordable generics to come to market. I encourage this committee to just continue its important work to hold drug companies accountable and bring down the cost for patients through common sense bipartisan legislation. I'll continue to work with anybody who is serious about helping Iowans and helping Americans get better, more affordable health care. And I am ready to work with you, and I support you in your efforts to tackle the skyrocketing cost of prescription drugs. I am truly grateful again, Chairwoman Eshoo, for inviting us today to have these voices heard, and thank you for your efforts, and I'm continuing ready to keep the work going with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. And, many members today talked about prescription drugs as their priority, and we appreciate your mentioning that we did, as you know, move the, and these are bipartisan, the generic competition bills, the transparency bills, which we did last week, which should move when we come back, and we're working on negotiated prices bill under Medicare as well. So, you're right on point in terms of what we're trying to accomplish. Thank you. And now we have the chairwoman of the